Waddah Weld-Ali is a stalwart participant in the Palestine Solidarity Campaign in Brisbane and the Gold Coast and has been for the full 18 months. Today we talk to Waddah about his independent campaign for the seat of Moncrieff on the Gold Coast. Before we get underway, I do want to acknowledge this video was recorded on stolen, unceded First Nations land. Always was, always will be. Also, if you like the work that we do, please do become a Green F supporter if you're not already. It's the number one way to support the work that we do and to receive the content that we produce. Without further ado, let's take it away. So can you please, introduce yourself to a Green F audience and explain why are you running in this election?
Thank you so much, Alex, for having me. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to tell everyone why we are supposed to do this. Not just me, but every Australian. Yes, I'm running as independent because I wanted always to represent the people and not any political party, to represent the values that the people want to achieve, the justice that everyone is starving for it. We've been living decades with the major parties, going through endless number of intentional corruption, intentional crisis one after another until we had given up totally on all this happening. So now it's the time for everyone, not just myself, every Australian to stand up, to break that silence. And I swear, we can do it. Australians, we can do it. And we will do it. We're going to break the silence. We're going to break the justice back, but together, not just by myself. All of us together.
So when you talk about the corruption, what are some examples you think of that we can look towards?
Exactly. Thanks for that as well. Corruption is endless, what's happening here. Started from the taxation itself. The system of the taxation, the introduction of the taxation system itself was based on a corruption as well. Because it wasn't for a reason of giving the people. It was only to hide behind it, taking all the wealth of the people of Australia towards the corporate, towards the defense force, which is not exactly the defense force, but it's the war crime forcing. Exactly, for the war crime itself. Why would we put all those billions, and now over $350 billion of our taxpayer things, going towards that? Isn't this corruption? But it's far much more than corruption even. We go through many other things inside the government itself, which is a legalized corruption, which is far much worse than the rest of the world. We are legalizing the corruption to be able to do it without anyone asking us why we are doing it. And we have to stop this. That's why I am running also as independent to expose all what's happening, but in the house, inside the house itself, to all the people of Australia, to wake everyone up. So stay tuned and look forward for a lot to come.
Now, I think one of the issues you and I are both very concerned about is the question of the genocide in Palestine by Israel. Can you talk about what do you make of what Israel has been doing and also the complicity of the Australian government? What will you say about that?
Oh my God. Of course, the genocide we can't see. We can't unseen what we can see today, every day, live now, every day, every second, every moment. It's what's happening on top of all this genocide that is happening. I was shocked to see Albanese recently, just about a week ago, when one of the journalists asked him, "What's your position about this live genocide?" He said, "We are not a major party in this." I got the shock of my life. And every Australian which is having a dignity would have got this shock of their life. Are we in that much weak position in front of the entire world? The whole world is shaken from the massacres we are seeing. We can't hide it anymore. On top of us knowing your complicity, Albanese, you and your government, in supporting the genocide. We all know that in this state, Queensland, we have an army company, Farrer, Boeing, and so on and so forth. Much more than that. We know it all. We know what they are, what sort of arming that they are giving to the Zionists that are committing all those crimes against humanity. Life, life. How can we stop thinking about it? We can't until we all fight together to stop it. And this is the only way.
So tell us about Moncrieff and who's the sitting member here, and what's your campaign like in this area?
Well, yes, in this area, the current one is Angie Bell. She's the current MP. She's from the Liberal Party. So she is representing a political party which is called Liberal, as we know, the major party, which is unfortunately is fully complicit in lots of war crimes that happened in the past. And it looks like they are having a great policy to continue the war crime that Trump is committing now in the rest of the world. And this what also enforced me to go and run for this campaign, because I don't want to see such party to stay with such complicity of war crimes, to stay in power. It would be a disaster against us, against every human being with dignity. And yes, with regards to the people of Moncrieff, it's a mix of people from all around the world. And this is what I love about it. The more varieties we have, the more integration we can get, the more strength we can get. And this was all Australia's values about. The integrations with the others, the unity with all, with everyone, the harmony that we can gain. And my main policy and my movement, I call it the integration, to integrate all the people with whatever background they have, whatever political belief they have, whatever religious belief they have. We are all human beings by the end of the day. We have this value of humanity that we can share together and build a better Moncrieff, better Queensland, better Australia, better world for humanity and for justice.
Are there other issues aside from Palestine you're particularly taking up in this campaign, or is Palestine your main issue?
Of course, it's not the main issue, but Palestine, it's alive now in the whole entire world. For me, I remember a slogan for our beloved Nelson Mandela when he said to the entire world that there will be no one free until every Palestinian is free. It was such a wise statement. And we feel today that it was the true statement that should move on all the way through our life. Because yes, what caused that occupiers to be so arrogant in front of the whole world and committing this genocide without any shame is the silence of the whole entire world, without feeling that they are part of it. But we are part of it, regardless of we are down under here in Australia, or we are up in the north, or wherever we are. We have to fight for the freedom of Palestinians. Just simply being a human being, we have to fight for it. Other than this, of course, also to correct all the corruption that is happening here with us. I have so many policies to share as well. Support for our beloved Aboriginal people, full support. I can talk about it a lot as well, with endless talk about it.
Sometimes you get Zionists, pro-Zionist people say things like, "Oh, you're just like it's all about anti-Semitism." What's your response to their claim that it's about that the Palestine movement is anti-Semitic?
With one word, well, this Zionism has nothing to do with Semitism, and the whole world knows it, except our government, current government now, that hopefully we're gonna change it. That they are claiming that the Zionism is to do with with Judaism and with Semitism. And we, the whole world know it. It's not. All the Jewish are fighting now against the Zionism because of the shame crimes that they are doing against the Jewish before even anyone else. The Jewish Council in Melbourne, Sydney, Queensland, everywhere in Australia, they are fighting against the anti-Semitism that the Zionism are imposing inside our society in Australia and causing the hatred against our Jewish families. Being Muslim, I will keep protecting the Jewish families from the Zionists and from all the hatred that they are imposing against them, because the Zionism never, ever be part of the Judaism.
You always seem like a very optimistic person, but we've just like only a week ago had this sort of this monstrous crime that Israel, killed 15 paramedics, tried to bury the ambulances, killed with their arms and their legs bound, some of them. And I mean, this is like the side of the crime that they're committing. And right now, with support from Donald Trump in the White House, they seem to be nothing to stop them. So what gives you hope that there is a positive resolution to this?
See, when your enemy, the enemy of humanity, reach such a limit of arrogance and shamelessness to go and bury people alive, we saw it. I saw it myself. When you see such thing, you know very well that it is the end of those arrogant Zionists. It's clear that they lost their mind, that they know nothing left for them to be able to fight with. All their arming, all their mass destruction weapons that they took from the terrorist American administration didn't work. They've used weapons from all around the world. More than 3 Hiroshima explosions have been thrown on Gaza people, on the children, and didn't stop their resilience and their love for living with dignity. This is what Gazan people. They love the life, but the life of the dignity, not less than that, and never to accept less than our dignity.
Is there anything else you want to say before we finish up? And also, how can people support your campaign?
Please, the support for my campaign, it's for the people, not for me. I'm activist, and I will stay activist until the rest of my life. I will never stop activism. I will never accept to stay silent. I'm here today running this campaign for the people, for myself. So if the people want to vote for me, it's absolutely the vote for themselves to get rid of all the injustice that they've been living under.
Okay, thank you very much. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it, Alex.